Good morning, Sharons. Mr. Bruce here for another week of books. I've got my bear shirt on, which means we have special books. I have bear books all week this week. And they are Bruce the Bear book, about Bruce the Bear. He's had a lot of adventures. Before we start, we're going to have our eyes watching, our ears listening, voices quiet, body calm. And this first book is Mother Bruce. Mother Bruce? How can a bear named Bruce be a mother? Look at those chicks on his head. We'll see. Bruce was a bear who lived all by himself. He was a grumpy, grumpy bear. Look at that frown on his face. He did not like sunny days. He did not like rainy days. He did not even like cute little animals. Oh, look at that bunny. Bruce only liked one thing. He loved to eat eggs. So he got up in the morning and climbed a tree and said, "I'm going to borrow some of your eggs." And he took some eggs. But Bruce did not like to eat eggs raw like other eggs. No siree, Bob. He cooked them in fancy recipes that he found on the internet. He would look and see all the ways he could cook eggs. He was a chef bear. One day, Bruce came across a recipe, and it was for goose eggs drizzled in salmon sauce. Look at that salmon sauce. So he went to find the ingredients. First, he caught a few salmon in the river. Then he collected from a local beehive some honey. He liked to support local businesses. And last, he went to Mrs. Goose's next to pay her a visit and said, "Mrs. Goose, could I have some of your organic range-free eggs?" What was she going to say? Well, when he got home, Bruce prepared the eggs for hard boiling. Ooh, they were going to be good. But the fire in the stove fizzled, so he went to get some more wood. When Bruce came back, he was met with an unwelcome surprise. 4 little chicks came out of their eggs. They had hatched. "Mama! Mama! Mama!" Oh, Bruce was so shocked he dropped the wood. He was the victim of mistaken identity. They thought he was his mama. Bruce wanted hard-boiled eggs. He did not want goslings. Goslings are baby geese. He supposed he could have goslings on buttered toast, but nah, that didn't work out. For some reason, he lost his appetite. Well, you're not going to eat somebody who keeps looking up and saying, "Mama," are you? Bruce scooped up the little geese and stomped back to the nest. I will have to ask Mrs. Goose what her return policy is. But when he got there, she had just left a note in the nest and said, "Be back in April." She flew south for the winter. She migrated. Bruce left the goslings there anyway. He just left them in the nest and he went back home. He was done with them, he thought. But he was followed by guess who? "Mama! Mama! Mama! Mama!" Bruce was very grumpy and he said things like, "Go away. I'm not your mother. I liked you better when you were eggs." He was trying to get them to leave, but they thought he was the mama. Bruce could take it no longer. He was an extra grumpy bear and he let out a big, loud roar. They looked around. They weren't scared. They knew it was their mama. Well, it didn't work. Goslings always follow their mother, even if she is a bear and went up a tree. "Mama! Mama!" He walked back. How am I going to get rid of these goslings? They follow me everywhere. Well, it looked like poor Bruce was stuck with them. He had baby goslings all over him. Well, he tried to make the best of it. He got out his wading pool and he took him swimming. Goslings love to swim. Look at him. He's got his tube on, his fins. It was hard work taking care of them. Look, he carried them around like babies. He played art studies with them so they could have art day. He went and made real chairs for them, and they had little high chairs. Ew, 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 yuck. They didn't like what he was cooking, just like babies don't. He was so tired from cooking and cleaning that he fell asleep, and they were so tired, they fell asleep too. Shoo! As the seasons passed, Bruce watched the pesky geese get older. Here were some annoying baby geese back here, and these are stubborn teenage geese here, and finally, they were boring old adult geese. They grew out of their yellow feathers and they became little geese. One afternoon, he saw other goose families and they were flying south. Finally, he'd be rid of these gooses. If he could just take a long winter's nap, they would fly south. Oh, he'd love to be by himself again, he thought. Well, Bruce set down the geese and explained migration. Migration, he said, is when birds every year fly south for the winter when it gets cold, and they spend time in the south, and then when the winter's over, they fly back. So he said, bye-bye, I'll see you. But they didn't listen. They just put on hats and sweaters and said, we're going to stay for the winter. Whoever saw geese in hats and feathers, but look at them. Bruce needed to get rid of these geese, so he got creative. He went out and he got some big rubber band, and he pulled them between the trees and tried to shoot them like a slingshot, and he figured if they got flying, they'd fly south. It didn't work. Nothing worked. He put them in little planes and tried to fly them down there. They just turned around and came back. We want you, Mama. We want you, Mama, Mama. So Bruce decided, let me pack some bags and I'll take these geese into town. He got on the bus. They boarded. They were going into town. But instead of town, they migrated to Miami, which is in Florida, and it's a very hot beach place. Now, every winter, Bruce and his geese head south together. They laze about on the beach in tacky shirts, sipping cold drinks and lemonade, while Bruce dreams of new recipes. Recipes that don't hatch. Little geese found a little egg themselves on the beach, and guess what came out of it? A turtle. And he walked up to the geese, and you know what he said? Mama, Mama. Oh no, he's going to follow the geese now. The end. So here's my question. This bear, which we're going to read about all week, is named Bruce, which usually is a very good name. But for a bear, it's not a bear's name. So what do you think the bear's name should be? It could rhyme. It could be like Claire the bear, really? Jose Ferrer the bear, or it could have bees in it like Bobo Bear or Birdie Bear. What do you think this grumpy bear's name should be? All right? Think it over. I'll get back to you tomorrow with another Bruce book. But until then, be good to your parents and wash your hands. Before I go, I've got a special birthday shout out for Maura. Today, you can smile. I'm watching you. You got one day to smile, and then no more smiles. I'm watching you, Maura. You have a happy birthday. I miss you so much. Bye-bye, everybody.